All right, hey there everybody. Really excited to get into about a 30-minute, we're going to call it high intensity, low impact Pilates. So for this particular class, your heart rate is going to get up a little bit higher. We're not necessarily going to be doing really any jumping. There is a little tiny part in here where I do a little bit of option of kind of a mini jump. But if you have any issues and you don't want to do any high impact, which I really wouldn't consider it high impact, but if it doesn't work for you, just opt out of it. For this class, you're going to need a glider. Now, you don't need an actual glider like this. If you happen to have one, awesome. If you are working on hardwood floors, you're going to want to use, you can use a washcloth or a hand towel or something like that. Even a paper plate will actually work probably okay, depending on how your floors are finished. If you're working on carpet, get a plastic bag. It can be a Ziploc bag, it can be a grocery bag. You just need something that's slick. I don't recommend a garbage bag. It's going to be pretty cumbersome, but you're just going to use it to step on when we do some standing leg work. So something that will work, I mean, you can get creative. I'm assuming you'll have one of those things in your house. And then you're going to need a set of hand weights for some upper body stuff. So go ahead and pause if you need a second to grab that, and then we'll get started.
Go ahead and come to the edge of your mat and feet hip width apart. And let's just start by standing up nice and tall. Think about pulling that belly button in towards the spine so you feel those deep core abdominal muscles. And think about trying to lengthen out the top of your head. So it's like a string is pulling your head up towards the ceiling, so you're decompressing your vertebra as much as possible. And take a deep inhale, circle the arms up. And again, think about lengthening the spine, decompressing the vertebra. Find just a baby back bend, more in the thoracic spine, that area behind the rib cage, and less in the lumbar. And then exhale, arms come down, slight tuck of the chin, and begin to roll down, really pulling up and in with the belly button. Soften the knees as we roll down, bending your knees as much as you need to. Hands come to the mat. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. We slowly come up, one vertebra at a time. Head comes up last. Inhale, we circle those arms up, lengthen the spine, then find our baby back bend. Tummy stays tight to protect our back. Exhale, arms come down, slight tuck of the chin. Really think about trying to push that spine towards the ceiling as you flex, keeping those knees soft. Inhale at the bottom. And exhale, we come up slowly and surely. Head is the last thing. Let's do one more. Inhale, arms come up. Find that baby back bend. And exhale, arms come down. Slight tuck of the chin. And we roll down. And then go ahead and stay here for a moment. Again, softening your knees as much as you need to. And let's just pedal out those heels a little bit. Lifting one and then the other. And then go ahead and lay both heels down. And then just, if you can, come a little deeper into that stretch to really feel this lengthening on the back of the legs. And then go ahead, walk those hands out, coming into a high plank position. Stacking shoulders over wrists. Tummy is tight. And then from here, send those hips high into a down dog position. Take a deep inhale, bring your left toes high. Really think about squeezing that left glute as you lengthen that left leg up. And as you exhale, you're going to bring your shoulders back over your wrists and knee to chest as you round out. And inhale, we extend back up, squeeze that left glute, push your hips back. And exhale, we come forward as we round that knee to chest. And we inhale, find that extension, squeeze the glute. And we exhale, we round out. One more time, deep inhale, extend that leg up. And exhale, we're gonna hold here for a moment as we draw that knee in. And then we're gonna do little pulses. So just try to pull that knee in a little half-inch more by rounding out and using those abdominals for 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push that leg back up and release down. You're in a normal down dog. And again, you can pedal out those heels for just a moment for a little extra stretch. Send those hips nice and high. Take a deep inhale. Bring your right toes high. Squeeze your right glutes. And we exhale, round out, knee to chest.
Inhale, find that extension. And exhale, we round out. Inhale, toes high. Exhale, round out, drawing your belly button in towards the spine. One more time, inhale. And as we exhale, we're gonna hold, press out of those shoulders, and little pulses in with the knee. In, 8 and 7. Use those lower abdominals, scoop the belly out for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send those toes high, and bring your toes back down. Send those hips back, down dog. Good, and then go ahead, come into that plank position, pressing up and out of the shoulders, making sure our head is centered on the spine so you're not leaning with your chin and hurting your neck at all. If you need to, you can drop down to your knees for a kneeling option here. Otherwise, you're in that full plank, and we're just gonna go into shoulder taps. Tap and tap. We're trying to keep our hips level, so we're not trying to rotate our hips at all. Okay, tummy is tight, pressing out of the shoulders. 5 and 4, 3, 2, last one each side. Send those hips high and walk your hands back. So you're in that forward fold position again. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, we round up, softening those knees. Head is the last thing to come up. Good. From here, go ahead and grab your hand weights. And you can use canned goods if you've got those as well. And then heels together, toes apart for me. So you have a V position with your feet. And you're gluing those inner thighs together and shoulders are back and down. You're standing up nice and tall again. Bend your elbows so your hands are facing towards one another. And we're gonna add a little plie squat. So you're just gonna bend your knees so you have that diamond. And your elbows are gonna stay tight against the sides, but you're gonna rotate out. And we come to standing as we come in. And out and in. Out and in. So as you come up, really squeeze those inner thighs together. So imagine you've got an invisible balloon you're trying to pop between those thighs. As you rotate out, you should feel your scapula, your shoulder blades, find that little bit of rotation. So you should really feel those back muscles here. For 5 and 4, 3, 2. Now hold it lower in that little squat, little pulses back and back for 5, 4, tummy's tight, don't puff the chest out. Last 3, 2, and 1. And let's just stay in this little mini squat. And we're just going to extend the arms out to a T and pull in. And T, pull in. So not only are we pulling in, but think about drawing down a little bit. So we're trying to isolate the lats, the muscles kind of for ladies right around that bra band, right under your shoulder blades. So we're trying to get our elbows to touch without popping the chest. So we're trying to keep the rib cage squared over the hips the whole time. Squeeze and out. Squeeze, and then let's go ahead and add the legs. So we squeeze down as we stand, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. And we squeeze, pull, and out. Squeeze, pull, and out. So you should really feel your back muscles working here. Make sure you're not popping your butt out behind you. Okay, so you're not arching your back. For 4, and out. And 3, 2, let's hold it low, little squeezes. In with the elbows, down with the legs. 8 and 7, tummy tight. 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come to standing, arms out, and we rotate palms down, palms up, palms down, palms up. You can take a break if you need it. Make sure we're rotating in the shoulders. That's why 3-pound weights are plenty heavy. Okay, for 5 and up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Roll out those shoulders a little bit. Good. Moving on, we're gonna go into a little bit of tricep work. So feet under hips, toes forward, slight bend in those knees, and then I want you to tip forward at your hips like you're looking off a cliff but don't want to fall off. Make sure you're in that neutral spine, so you're not tucking your tailbone under or sticking your butt way out. You're in that neutral position, so your tummy is tight. Elbows are high and tight against the sides. Try not to puff your chest out, and we're just gonna extend the arms and bend. So shoulders stay where they are, we're just hinging at the elbow. Kick it back and stop around the hips, and back and stop around the hips, so we don't swing the weights in any way. And we really wanna try to contract those triceps at the top when we really straighten out, and try to reach your fingertips almost behind you to really feel that contraction of the triceps. For 5, tummy's tight, 4, and 3, make sure your head's centered on the spine, 2, let's hold it back, arms are straight, and little pulses up and up. Can you get those hands a little higher? Arms are straight. For 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna make more of a dynamic movement here. We're gonna go into what I like to call skiers. So go ahead and stand up, arms overhead, and then you're gonna come down, and those arms are gonna swing back, and you're gonna bend the elbows as you reach up, and swing down. So think of it like you're skiing here. So you've got those poles in hands, and you're pushing the snow back, okay? So squeeze back or pull down and lift, exhale back and lift. So really thinking about the triceps, we're getting a little bicep work, shoulder work, tummy's tight, a little bit of leg work here with that little squat. And exhale, pull and lift, exhale, pull and lift. Also, heart rate should be coming up a little bit here as we lift those weights overhead. The heart has to work harder to pump blood all the way up to those fingertips that lengthen above us. For 5, and up, 4, and 3, 2, last one. Let's hold those arms back one last time, tummy tight, don't arch the back, and pulse up and up for 8 and 7. Can you get those weights a little higher? 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Roll out those shoulders. From here, take a wide stance, toes turned out. Okay, and then you're gonna come into that kind of plie squat or sumo squat. Now make sure that you're not putting all your weight on the arch, okay? Whoop. You wanna make sure that the weight is evenly distributed between big and baby toe, that those knees are tracking in line with your middle toes. So a lot of times what happens is I see this, people put all the weight on their arch, and if there was a dart coming out of the center of your knee or a laser, that angle would look very different than where your toes are at. So you wanna feel kind of maybe a little stretch in that inner thigh, shoulders down, we're in that neutral spine, okay? From here, place those weights on your shoulders. Elbows high, tummy tight. And we're gonna go right arm extends out and in, and left, and in. Concentrate on squeezing the bicep to draw the weight to the shoulder. Out and in, out and in. Pull that belly button in towards the spine so you feel the abdominals connecting here. That helps protect the back. Make sure you're not arching. For 5 and in. 4, squeeze in. 3, 2. This time we're gonna go double time and add the legs. You're gonna lengthen the arms and the legs as you stand to kind of a star, and we come down and stand and squeeze. Stand and squeeze. The whole time we have nice tight abdominals here. Out, squeeze the bicep to draw in. Watch those knees, don't let them collapse in. Very good. Squeeze and out. 8 and 7, getting that heart rate up. 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's hold it low. just bring those elbows out in front of you about shoulder height without raising the shoulders. And then little pulses up with the elbows, down with the legs. Pulse and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up and roll it out. Good. Go ahead and set those weights to the side for a second. And then take that wide stance again. You're gonna bring your hands behind the head and come into that plie or sumo squat, whatever you wanna call it. Again, making sure our butt's not out behind us, that our shoulders are in line with our hips. Okay, tummy is tight here. So we're gonna do a little oblique reach here and center. So side bend and center. Side bend and center. If you're able to get a little lower in those legs, give it a go. And it's like you're in a toaster slot here, so try not to add any twist. We'll do that in a second. But it's like you're between two glass panes or in that toaster slot, so you're nice and skinny. Side, center. Now, you can stay with this, or if you want to add a little extra challenge here, we're going to add a little mini jump. You don't have to do it. So you're going to do a side bend, little mini jump. It's just like those feet come off maybe an inch. And other side. Little jump and side. Little hop and side. Little hop and side. So really getting deep into those quad muscles. Okay, as we work our obliques for that side bend. Little hop and side bend. Hop and side bend for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I don't know if we're gonna do one more because I think that was the side we started on. And go ahead and bring it up. Good, and you can shake out those legs, shake out the arms. And then we're gonna continue on with that that lower body work. So this is where you're gonna use that slider. So you're gonna wanna push your mat out of the way because we won't be needing it, I don't think, anymore. So just find some space. And then you're gonna place that glider under your right foot. Toes are forward. Now all the weight is gonna be on the leg that's not on the glider, okay? So slight bend in this standing leg. This will never come straight. It's important that you stay low. Now we're focusing on strengthening the glute med, so don't let your hip pop out to the side and don't let your knee come out of alignment. So we're focusing on strengthening the muscles around the knee as well as the hip. So that alignment's super important. So with that standing foot, before we get into it, fan out the toes, and then do your best to, again, put equal weight between big toe and little toe. And then try to find like this little arch, this little extra arch, like your arch is a suction cup, kind of pulling up and in. We forget that we have muscles in our feet, and we can engage those like any other muscle, okay, in our body. So like you're pulling up and in. That will help ensure that your knee doesn't collapse in or out. All right, now we're in that slight kind of mini squat. Tummy's tight, neutral spine, and we push back and in, back and in. I'm gonna come forward a little bit, there we go. So again, what we're looking for is that nice alignment. So if I had a laser coming out of the center of my leg or of my knee, it would be in the same direction as where my middle toes are pointing. Okay, same thing, hip wouldn't necessarily have a laser, but you don't want to let that hip push out to the side. You want that nice, perfect alignment. Tummy is tight to keep that neutral spine so you're not hunched forward. I'll turn to the side so you can get a better look as well. So I've got that slight hinge. I keep a constant bend in that standing leg. Head is centered on the spine. Tummy is tight. For 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay low. We're gonna go out to the side, out and in. Try to keep your toes facing forward for me, so try not to turn them out so that inseam stays facing towards the other inseam. So if you're feeling fatigued and you feel like that hip is starting to
Push out, take a little break, and then come back in for 8, 7, 6, 5, scoop up and in here, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold low. We're going to add on circles, forward and back. Forward and back. Notice I'm not coming to standing in that leg that's doing the work here. This is when we really get deep into those glute meads, that side booty. For 4 and 3. You can do whatever with your arms. You want to like you're swimming or doing some sort of dance move. 1 more. Hold. Let's reverse directions. Around and center. Around and center. Let's do our final 4 right here on this side. For 4 and 3, 2, must be something under this, and 1, hold, bring it up. Before we move on to the other side, we're gonna do one more thing, but I'm gonna give you a little break first. So you can shake out those hips, so if it feels kind of crampy, kind of like, ooh, means it's working, okay? It's really important, this is really good hip health, okay, what we're doing right now. So we're gonna stay on the same side, so that glider is still under your right foot. Toes are forward, tummy's tight. Now, from here, this time we're gonna allow this leg to bend and then come all the way to straight. So we're gonna essentially do a single leg squat. So you're gonna push your butt back. Now make sure that knee is in alignment again. It's not collapsing in or out. Pushing your butt back like you're looking for that invisible chair, and then we come all the way up to standing. So make sure that, so the side that is moving is the side that has the glider. So this foot is stable, there you go. And then make sure that your foot is coming straight out to the side. Yours is kind of coming behind a little bit. Yes, and all the way up, perfect. And out, and up. Really important, check that alignment. I'm guessing you probably don't have a mirror in front of you, but this is one if you got a whole full-length mirror at home. Practice this move in front of the mirror. Okay, because you may think like, oh, I'm in alignment, and then you do it in the mirror and you notice your knee is way out of whack. Let's do 4 more of these. For 4, and up. 3, try to keep those toes forward. 2, last 1, and bring it up. Good, quick little shake, and we get to do it all again on the other side. Just like something scratching here. There we go. All right. So feet hip width apart, toes forward, slight bend in the knees, you've got that little mini squat, you're hinging forward ever so slightly, tummy is tight, so you're in that neutral spine, and we push back and in. So it's like you're skateboarding, whatever you want to call it, back and in. So again, make sure that you're, again, fanning out the toes, equal weight between big and baby toe, and you're trying to lift a little bit in that arch. Okay, how your feet connect with the earth sets the tone for the alignment of everything else. So generally, if people have knee issues, if people have hip issues, a lot of times it comes from what's going on in the feet. Pull that tummy up and in. Shoulders relax down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay low. We go out to the side and in. That standing leg stays bent. Shoulders down, head centered on your spine. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We stay low. We're going into the circles, forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. For 5 and 4. Pay attention to that knee. 3, as you fatigue, that knee is going to want to be pulled in the direction where it is, well, actually technically strongest, but just pay attention. Last one, hold, reverse, back and forward. Back and forward. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and go ahead, stand it up. Quick little shake. Try switching sides. And we've got to do it with that standing or single leg squat on this side. So again, bring that glider under the same foot. Feet hip width apart, toes forward, slight bend in those knees. Oh, I think this needs to go on the other side. My bad. All right, so push that butt back, watch that knee as you push out into that single leg squat. This other leg stays straight and up. Tummy is tight, so even as you kind of hinge forward, I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see I've got that neutral spine here. So I'm not doing this, okay, or sticking my butt way out, which I can't really even hardly do. So you're in that neutral position because that strong core, that transversus abdominis, which is this kind of core area here, helps with pelvic stability. So it helps with your posture. For 5, and up. 4, 3, 2, and last one, bring it up. Good, quick little shake. Whew. All right. Next, we actually, I think, are gonna finish down on the mat. So go ahead and pull your mat back out. And we'll mindfully make our way back down. So feet hip width apart. Take a deep inhale, think about lengthening out the spine. Exhale, slight tuck of the chin. Coming over that invisible barrel, knees are soft. As we roll down, feel that nice stretch. And walk those hands out into that plank position. And then go ahead, drop to your knees and bring your finger or your pinkies about the width of the mat. You can also do a boxed position push-up as well. Make sure you're broadening through your collarbone, your tummy is tight, so you're not dumping into your back here. Pressing your shoulders out of the ears. And I just want you to come down maybe 6 inches and press up. Down and up. So I want you to start small because I want to make sure that those shoulders aren't coming up into the ears. Okay, you don't want to be doing this. You shouldn't feel any tension in your shoulders and your neck so much. It should be more your chest and back as we come down and press up. Let's do 4 more. For 4 and up. 3. For 2. And last one. Go ahead, push your hips back. Take a quick little child's pose. Good. And then from here, boop, got a scratch. Go ahead and come onto your side. And I'm gonna have you bend, so I should have maybe said come onto your right side so that I can use which foot, because otherwise this one's kind of hard to cue. So you're sitting on your right side. You want your right foot to be behind your left foot. And then that left knee is towards the ceiling. There we go. And then walk your feet away from your booty a little bit. There you go. Then this arm is going to be just slightly in front of the shoulder, or behind, I guess, depending on how you want to look at it. But you're lifting up and out. This other hand is just going to rest palm up, on the knee. We're going to go into a side bend here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to lift your hips, hands over, bring that hand overhead, coming into that side bend. Really try to lengthen those legs if you can. If you need to reposition your feet a little bit, push those hips up a little higher so you feel this lengthening here. And we're just gonna tap those hips down, shoulder stays out of the ear, and we exhale, press and lift. And we inhale, come down. And exhale, press and lift. And inhale down. Exhale, press and lift. Inhale down, let's do 2 more. Exhale, press and lift. Inhale down. 1 more time, exhale, press and lift and hold here. Push those hips a little higher, making sure they're squared towards me, and release. Good, let's flip around. So this time, make sure that the left foot is behind the right, and that right knee is up towards the ceiling. That left hand is going to be just in front of the shoulder slightly, but we're lifting up and out. That other palm rests on the knee, hand up. Take an inhale, tummy is tight. And exhale, we come up. Both legs ideally are straight. Get out of space for myself here.
And we just tap those hips, we bend the knees. And exhale, we lengthen, lift. And inhale, we tap down. Exhale, lengthen, lift. Inhale down, let's do 4 more. Exhale, lengthen, lift. And tap. Last 3. And tap. Press out of that shoulder, 2. And 1 more. And then let's hold for a moment. Push those hips up a little higher to create that nice lengthening. Tummy's tight. And we release all the way down. And let's go ahead and cross those legs. And sit up nice and tall. Bring your left hand onto your right knee and take a nice spinal twist. And then go ahead and switch sides. And come back to center. And then go ahead and lengthen those legs out in front of you. And sit up as tall as you can here. Take a deep inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward, grab your ankles, your calves, whatever's available, and take that nice stretch here. Take those nice deep breaths. And slowly sit yourself back up. Bring the bottoms of your feet together, knees open like the pages of a book. And sit up as tall as you can, allowing those knees to fall to the sides for that inner thigh stretch. And then extend your right leg out, keeping your left foot bent or knee bent. And then open out to the left. And take a nice little side bend here, reaching towards kind of that ankle, but try to square your shoulders towards the wall. And then go ahead and square your shoulders towards that lengthened leg. And again, grab your ankle, calf, toes, whatever's available. And carefully release. Bend your right knee, extend your left leg out. And then bring your right arm high. Take a nice little side bend. Kind of, again, squaring your shoulders to the side. And then square your shoulders towards that extended leg, grabbing your ankles, calf, toes, whatever's available. And feeling that nice stretch. And carefully bring yourself up, crossing both legs once more, sitting up nice and tall, hands down by your sides. Take a deep inhale, circle the arms up, and exhale. Again, deep inhale, and exhale. One more time, deepest breath you've taken all day. Bring your hands down through heart center, and give yourself a little round of applause.